Okay. You ready?
Yes, sir.
100%?
100%. I'm locked in, baby.
Oh, shit. Okay, let's get it. Jordan Schmidt.
Yes, sir.
Schmidt?
Yes. Yeah.
Damn, that sounded so familiar. I feel like, was it in the American Pie?
No, it's New Girl.
New Girl.
Oh, New Girl.
Bro.
New Girl. Yes.
Damn, I love the fucking show, bro. I actually have history with that.
Really?
Because me and my girl, we were broken up when we started watching it.
Yeah.
And you know how they break up?
Yeah.
And then they try to get back together? That was
going on.
Yeah, that's my life, right?
Okay.
So that's
can
crazy.
Relate to it a little bit.
Is that where your parents get it from or what?
No, that's my...
What's your last name, huh? What the fuck?
It's just our last name. It's German. So
German?
It's German, yeah.
God damn,
I don't know shit about it, but it's German. So.
So you from Utah?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
Damn, born and raised.
Born and raised. Everybody's always surprised because they're like, there's a light-skinned dude that's lived in Utah. I'm like, yeah, born and raised, yes.
Salt Lake City?
West Jordan.
West Jordan.
Yeah, I grew up in West Jordan. So
I was growing up in the streets of West
everybody says West Jordan was the streets. It really wasn't. Like it was like a lot of the we had a lot of like Polynesian, and then we also had a lot of like redneck like cowboys too. So it was like it wasn't really
a pop.
Like it wasn't hood at all. Like it wasn't. I was like one of like 8 black kids there. Like it was not. It was not what people thought West Jordan was. Like people were equating West Jordan to being West Valley, and it's just not even close to the same thing.
Do you like Utah?
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Because some would say that you don't. You talk shit on it a lot.
I talk shit on the things that deserve to be like talked about.
Okay. Like
Tooele. Yeah, fuck Tooele. Sorry, Dylan. But yeah, fuck Tooele.
Yeah.
Well, it's just there's nothing.
I don't know. I saw the video you posted. There was beaches and everything. That's crazy.
Oh, that was hilarious, bro. Those are my favorite videos. It's like when I go on vacation, I'm like, I'm going to say this is a place in Utah, and then I'm just going to farm comments from it, and it worked. Because people are like, that's not whatever I say. Because I've said Tooele. I've said Ogden. I said, what else did I say? I think I said West Valley. Oh, it was one like, probably 3 years ago, it was like this Japanese rainforest something, and I like did like a duet, like the side by side thing, and I said it was West Valley, and it got like 250,000 views, and people were just commenting like crazy. So,
bro, you got to do one with Provo and Payson.
Oh yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. I'm going to Hawaii. Spoiler: I'm going to Hawaii in January, and so I'll do that when I'm there.
Do you like traveling out of the state?
Love it. Like I love coming back, but I just spent a week in South Carolina in Vegas, and that was like one of the greatest vacations I've ever had in general, just because South Carolina, incredibly beautiful, love the weather. Spent time with my family there. We did a family trip there, and I spent the weekend in Las Vegas with like my gaming content creator friends. So it was a nice mix of kind of like 2 different vacations in 1 week.
Damn,
so,
that's dope.
Yeah.
Talking about gaming.
Yes, sir.
You work with FaZe.
I have worked with FaZe Clan. I have done that. Yes,
bro.
Yeah, not
big time.
Yeah, it was. It's not. I don't know if it's called nepotism. It's not nepotism because they're not family. But I've been friends with FaZe Swag since we were 14. We're both. Oh, she's 28. I'm 27. But since we were 14, and then
was it like a friendship online?
Yeah, we actually met in a random Call of Duty lobby when we were 14. It was in 2011. We met in a random Call of Duty lobby. He was going for like the 25 kill streak nuke. I was also going for it with a couple other people. And one of the people that I was with recognized like his gamer tag, and so we just invited him to come like run with us, and then we've just literally just been friends since then. So bro.
That's dope.
Crazy. I've seen like the glow up from that man is insane. Like just from where he started to where he is, it's been actually insane to kind of witness.
It's crazy because my brother had a esports team.
Okay.
So I knew all about that world, right? Bro, it was in 2020, it was so lit.
Bro, 2020, like
stupid.
That's where I got like my my Utah content break was 2020. But man, do I wish that I had stuck with gaming during that, because it was crazy. But I was so focused on other things that I didn't really care. So, well,
I think what we didn't know was that gaming stuff was going to turn into streaming.
Well, yeah, like streaming was already fine, but like the fact that everybody was in the house like for months, and Call of Duty Warzone had just dropped 2 days. No, 2 days before, like basically everything got shut down. Like 2 days before like the NBA got shut down, they stopped doing like travel for like everything got shut down. Like that's when that game dropped, and so everybody was home. So everybody that was like already streaming saw exponential growth because they're already established, but then everybody was inside. They didn't know what to do, didn't know how to entertain themselves for forever. So yeah, it was just luck, honestly, just with the timing for a lot of people, which is crazy. That's all a lot of those things are, is just a lot of luck.
So what did you work with them at? Like, what were you doing?
Yeah, so I was actually managing their TikTok. So
really?
I was helping them grow on TikTok. So it wasn't necessarily, it was FaZe Clan. I was employed by like the 4 members individually. So they were paying me. I wasn't paid through FaZe. But it was the Nuke Squad, which is FaZe Swag, Jay Smooth, Booyah, and Dante. They're I think AMP or like whatever. They're like a small collective that were within FaZe Clan. And at that time, I was just cooking on TikTok. I understood the ins and outs, unbelievable. And so there was one time with Chris FaZe Swag, and I was like, hey, like. I was like, you need to be posting more. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, you need to be posting more on TikTok. And I was like, watch this. And so I learned how to edit like the gaming videos with like the webcam on the top, the gameplay. I learned how to do that.
Classic.
And the first one that I posted for him had like 150,000 views. And he was like, damn. He's like, do you want to do this full time? And I was like, yeah. And then after I started working with him, the other 3 guys were like, we'll give you some work. And I was like, okay, bet. So yeah, I did that for a while. And then I got all of their, I got Chris to like, over 500, like around 500,000 followers. And then I got the other 3 guys from 0 to 100,000 in about 6 months.
Damn.
So yeah, and I mean, everything was popping. It was a lot easier. It was a lot different time. It was a lot easier to grow on TikTok at that time.
You just needed to post back then.
Yeah, you really just had to post, write hashtags, and it was a lot easier, but it's a lot different now. But yeah, that's how I just kind of...
How old were you?
24, 25.
24, okay.
24, 25.
Was it pretty good money?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't have to work a 9 to 5, so that was nice. But then they kind of wanted higher quality edits, just above my skill set, and so we kind of parted ways with that, and I started exploring other options. But yeah, like they're still all 4 of them. I absolutely love them. Those are all my guys. Like every time I see them, it's nothing but love. So
top 5 of the gaming industry.
Top 5 all time?
Yeah, all time.
All time. Like my Mount Rushmore kind of thing. Yeah. My gaming Mount Rushmore. Yeah. I'm gonna say Swag.
Okay.
Definitely. The one content creator that got me into like all of this. Like my content now is not the same as it used to be, but that started my content creation journey. He goes by, he hasn't posted in forever, but his like gamer tag, Green Goblin HD. Ooh, okay. He was really big during the original Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, and Black Ops 3. So those were like, he was really popping, over 1 million subscribers. But yeah, he was the one who got me into it. I was watching all of his streams my freshman year of high school. It was like the summer time. So like, I'm not doing anything in class. So I'm just watching his streams. And then one of my friends became his friend, and then we just connected, and then ever since then we had like a whole YouTube group and everything like that. So he was the founder for all of our careers pretty much. So like even like Swags, really, he's like like he was in our group. Like he was like
an OG.
The OG. Wow. So FaZe Swag, let me think. So Swag, Green Goblin, let me think. Syndicate Project. He was an OG like zombies content creator during like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2.
Okay.
Let me think. I'm gonna have to throw Ninja in there.
Ooh, okay.
Ninja is just
he opened
iconic.
up a lot of doors, bro.
Exactly. He was streaming with Drake and Travis Scott before any of these streamers were streaming with celebrities. So I'm gonna have to throw Ninja in there. And as much as he is unfortunately canceled right now, we'll see. I'm gonna have to throw Dr. Disrespect in there. He too took the production value of what streaming. He pushed the limits on what streaming quality could be. Because he's got green screens, he's got like whole studio setups, like the most insane thing you'll ever see. And he started all of that. Like he did all of that. So those are probably, and just in terms of strictly gaming and how it's been prevalent in my life and everything like that, probably those 5 are my top 5.
Damn, no, it was a different time, bro. I remember when Ninja came out with Travis Scott and Drake, and it was just like, what the fuck? Like then it started making sense.
Yep.
It was like, what can we do with this, right?
It was insane because
when do you think like the gaming switched into like lifestyle, like Aiden and
last 2 years,
Speed,
like the last 2 years? Once everybody started going outside, and didn't want to just be in the house, that's when it kind of that's when you got your Aiden Rosses, your Speeds, your Neons, your Kai. You got all these kind of content creators where they still have that gaming background, but they have the personality and the ability to swap it over to like real life kind of stuff. So.
And that gave the opportunity for people like Fusi.
Yep.
That it was like Fusi wasn't playing, he was just living.
Yep. Yeah. And then just real life content is just taken over, and it's just like a lot of the things are scripted, but it's still, who cares? Like
every show is
it's like a real,
except for the Maikon Show. You know what I'm saying? We just tired. No, but that's crazy. Did you ever thought like, yo, I want to move to LA or like a poppin' city?
That's actually crazy. So I've never told this story before. It was 2021. I was actually at the FaZe house with the guys, and I was just vlogging. I was literally just vlogging there. And they're like manager, they're like brand manager, like house manager kind of person, like just their manager, was like, have you ever been interested in moving to LA? And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? And they're like, we're looking for like an in-house, like basically like to vlog them behind the scenes.
Content creator.
Yeah, content creator behind the scenes. And I was like, oh shit. And then he's like, we'll talk about it. We have a couple options. Unfortunately, I didn't make the cut, but that was the closest I've ever been. And like life would be a lot different, but some things happened with who they picked. And I mean, I'm glad that nothing like that happened to me. So I'm chilling.
Damn.
But yeah, so I almost went, but I'm also glad that I didn't, just because Utah is such on the come up that's my whole thing. That is my whole like niche lane, everything like that, is that Utah is on such a come up right now that I don't want to go to one of these other big cities where there's a million other people trying to build something, trying to chase the same exact thing, trying to get opportunity, than be here where I've grown up, where it's actually becoming those type of cities. So.
And that's one of the reasons why I really fuck with you, because you understand what's going on.
Exactly.
And a lot of people, they are like, oh, let me go to LA for what?
Yeah.
Like whatever you did here, you're going to do in LA.
Exactly.
If you didn't do shit here, you're not going to do shit over there.
And like you might have, there's more celebrities in LA and everything like that. And I guess if you want to go that route, but like become a celebrity here. Like it's.
Exactly, bro. And shout out to people like us, Scoop, you know, Day and Night, shout out to them because they're fucking dope. But they're really pushing forward the culture.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And that's something we've needed in a sense. And that's a lane that hasn't been ever filled, and it's just now getting filled. And so I think that's a huge step in the right direction just for building up Utah in general.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I mean, so many new people coming in. It's just like, holy shit, like what's the possibilities now?
Exactly. And like we had All-Star Weekend last
that kicked off a lot of things, huh?
Yeah. I think that is really when I realized, I was like, that's when I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like Utah is going to be popping. Like if we can do this for this, we have that. We have the Olympics in 10 years.
Yep.
We have a hockey team now. We'll be getting a baseball team probably in the next 2 to 3 years. Yeah. And so like Utah's just growing. Might as well be here while it grows.
Yeah.
So
true. I feel like the potential, the people who get it, and the people who don't are not part of it.
Yeah. No, they're
just not.
I 100% feel that. It's like everybody wants to be a somebody, but nobody wants to put in the work, and they'd rather go somewhere where they think is going to be popping, but I'm telling you, Utah is gonna is that spot.
Yeah,
like it is that spot. So,
or you make it your spot.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like people like real shit, like people like us that are like really devoted to people from here, bro.
Absolutely.
I've gotten some clips that went viral, millions of views with the homie.
Yeah,
like what the fuck? You know what I mean? I didn't need this big ass guest to be on it.
Exactly,
because that's what we need to build. We need to build that.
Exactly.
As long as we got good quality, we have good content, good ideas. Anything is possible, bro.
Absolutely.
We're building that Hollywood.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to cook up here. So
what do you think about Utah girls?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, chat.
God.
Well, for the most part, dating in Utah is an interesting thing because like here in general, like not everybody. I'm not gonna I'll generalize. A lot of people are married before 21. Like that's the culture here.
A lot.
Like the culture here is like get married before 21, and that's just the religious, ties here. But the Utah girls, they're interesting. I don't even know how to walk around this correctly. I don't know how to. I'm not media
just
trained enough.
Just say what you feel, Jordan. Say what you feel.
A lot of them are just crazy. Not a lot of them are just crazy. I just have to say it. You can use this as a clip. I don't care.
Okay.
Hey, if you're saying you're not crazy, you are. Okay, we all know you are. At least admit to it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But what makes them crazy though?
I think part of it is because Utah is so small in a sense that everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
So like somebody here knows somebody here. Everybody's connected in one way.
Yeah.
And I think that causes a lot of problems in just relationships in general and just things that I've seen and experienced. I think just because it's small lake city, I think that it makes it a little bit harder to date here just because everybody kind of knows everybody. And then you start dating somebody and then like this person over here is like, how do you know this person? And this person starts telling stories about the person you're dating. And it's just a lot of drama when it comes to dating. And I think a lot of that, from my experience at least, have been caused by the women. So I haven't really had problems with like women's like ex-dudes. It's always like other women starting beef with it. Like it's just problems. It's just constant problems.
So would you say that you've been around the block?
Yeah, I've been around the block.
Okay.
I've been around the block.
Okay.
I've been around the block 1 or 2 times,
Damn, okay. Would you say you're what's it called? Like a heartbreaker?
Ooh. I have been. I think it's a balance. I think in my experience, I'm like running through like girls I've dated. I'm just trying to think of like how they ended. No, I don't think I'm the heartbreaker, honestly. For the most part, like I would probably, in terms of like relationships and stuff, I think I've been heartbroken more than I've done the heartbreaking.
Really?
Yeah.
Has that has that hardened your heart? Is that why you can't, like you say, it's hard to find women because?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I went through a really bad breakup last year.
Ooh.
And it was bad. I'll just give the short version, very short version, because we're not going to take a lot of time on this.
No, talk your shit. Talk your shit.
Yeah,
let it out.
We were on again, off again for a few years. She got a boyfriend. Great, whatever. Then they got engaged, and I was like, shit, whatever.
God.
I was like, no, that's fine. I was like, good. That's
That's
whatever.
crazy, though.
Out of mind. Last year, she reached out to me out of nowhere, and I was like, didn't you get engaged? And she's like, yeah, I did. And then I was like, are you still engaged? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, shit. All right, bet. I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, universe is like telling us we got to.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, it's meant to be. Come to find out that her ex that she was with, that she was engaged to, was like abusive and like dealing drugs and just like not the type, like it made no sense.
Yeah,
like that couple.
Like how could that end up there?
Yeah.
Right.
And so we started, she was down bad. Like she had gotten really skinny from the trauma of the relationship. And she was like between jobs and all that kind of stuff. I rehabilitated her. It was like a baby bird on the side of the road. Like I helped her back in the gym, got her on a good meal, like a meal plan, got her back to eating protein.
Yeah.
Helped her get a job, all that kind of stuff. And then we'd been together for a little bit. And then one night she just like blocked me out of nowhere. And I was like, block me across I was playing like Warzone or something. I texted her, put my phone down, not thinking about it. And I was like, I haven't heard from her in a minute. Go back to my phone, and I was like, oh, it's green. Like I was like, that's weird. Like not a big deal. Like I was in the basement, like connection. I text her again, goes green again. I said, what the fuck?
Damn.
And then go to like Instagram.
Like out of nowhere?
Yeah, out of nowhere. Completely out of nowhere. Instagram. I go to Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, and blocked on. I can't find her account on any of them. And so, short version of that, she ran into her ex, her abusive ex.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
He found out that her and I were hanging out. He freaked out and made her block me on everything. And
can I call her a bitch?
Yeah. We're good now.
Okay,
like
good. Okay.
It took some therapy and some time off and stuff like that. Like,
because that's fucked up.
I have no, like, I don't talk to her or anything like that. Like, I want her to live her life, but like, yeah, I have that one did me good for a little bit, but we're good now. We're good now.
Damn.
So
what does good mean though? Like
dating again. And like after that breakup, I stopped doing content. Like I could not do it. I was way too heartbroken because a lot of people don't know this, but none, like a lot of my family don't know this either. But about a week and a half, 2 weeks before everything happened, I was looking at rings. Yeah. Because I was so dialed in that I was like, this is supposed to happen. Like this is.
Does she know that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I ever told her.
Damn.
So
bro.
Yeah, and then she texted me back in the spring, like apologizing for everything, and I was like, I accept your apology. I've been bitter about it for a long time, but I was like, I basically was like, go live your life, let me live mine, and just keep it pushing. So yeah. So, but then since then, I've been chilling.
So that's why you have like a callus around your heart, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of guards up and stuff like that, but I don't want to like jinx it. But there is a girl that I'm currently talking to right now that I think might. No, I'm not saying she's fixing me. I would never say that. But I think opening up more to the idea of like.
Damn.
That again. So
she might be saved.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. She's a good one. She's a very good one.
That's good though, because I mean, yeah, the other girl didn't deserve the protein, bro.
No.
Yeah,
no. And that's the thing is this one is very like 50-50. And like I understand like as a man, like there's a certain role that I bring to the table in a relationship, in a marriage, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But there's certain, like, it can't be all give, all take. Like,
100%.
It needs to be, like, honestly a 50-50. A balance to the giving, like, the give and take. And her and I, we have a history. And then, it's been a couple years. And then we just reconnected a little bit ago. And it's just been, like, a lot better for both of us. We've grown up a lot, matured a lot. And I think, like, our past relationships actually really helped us in what we're kind of figuring out between us. But yeah, it's been great. So
it's cool with a 50-50 situation in relationships is dope because I don't believe it's 50-50. Yeah. I believe that it's like 50-50 is like a saying for, hey, sometimes I'm gonna be 30 and you have to be 70.
Yeah.
It's like that balance,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
Because it's impossible. Like, yo, fuck, sometimes I just don't feel it. And then she gives me that rest of percentage that I need to feel good.
Exactly.
And sometimes she don't feel it. And I give her that.
Exactly.
Right? And so we might maintain that balance. And that's the beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's very, like, it's been super eye-opening. And, like, I had a whole conversation about it to my mom yesterday.
Really?
Like, last night.
Damn. Yeah. Talk to the mom.
Yeah. I was just like, I was like, because me and my mom are so close. Because my mom, growing up was just me, my mom, and my brother. Yeah. And so I'm very close with her. And so I'm very honest with her. And so last night I was just like, I have to tell you something. And so, yeah, we were just chatting about that. And she's like super supportive about it and everything. So
this is big time solid. Because outside you say you were going to talk about this.
I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but yeah. Hey, shout out my dog.
What up, G?
But yeah, I said I wasn't going to, and then we started yapping about it. And
damn, bro. So. And there's no cuts here, so
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fine. That's good.
Hell yeah, bro. No, I hope everything turns out because I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I found my girl 10 years ago.
Okay.
Went through a lot of bullshit. A lot of bullshit, bro. Like up and downs, no love, yes love, just constant crazy stuff, right? And of course, no cheating lifestyle. I fucked up, right? And I kept telling myself, like, the reason why I'm such an advocate for this is because how happy I am now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy that I could have fucked up those blessings with one fuck up.
Yep.
All of it.
Yeah, like a one night, like that, something shit that doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now I'm like super like, damn. But I see the story, how it all unfolded. And it's supposed to be about that. It's supposed to be going through this shit, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not all sunshine and rainbows all the time.
Nothing, bro.
And I think that was I think that was the biggest thing that I've learned is like, is taking everything as it is and just kind of take it, whatever comes your way, take it and then kind of process whatever it may be and then just keep it pushing. Whatever direction that may be. Like my biggest thing and why I'm so like open to pursuing something with this woman. A few years ago, I was not in that headspace at all. I was like, it was right when like my TikTok and everything was like really blowing up, and I was going out to the clubs and to the bars, and everybody's like, I'm feeling like I'm a local celebrity at that time.
In the streets, like, you're in the streets.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't do a relationship right now. Like, I was never like a ladies' man in high school. I wasn't like, I didn't get girls in high school, and I was like, finally, like my glow up. I was like, this is like, I was very aware of the glow up and I was like, holy shit, like I'm getting 1 million+ views a month. Like so many people in Utah are seeing who I am. Like
popping.
It was like the ego just got really inflated. And I think like if I look back on it, I don't think I would change it just because I had all those experiences and it was a lot of fun.
It's your process.
But like now if that were to happen, I still get recognized when I go out and about, and like I'll have girls come up and say things, but it doesn't like, I don't care. Like I really at the end of the day, like I don't care. Like one night stands, whatever, however you want to look at it, is genuinely not worth it anymore. Like sure, have that fun when you're in your early 20s, but I'm 27. Like it's time to like, and I'm not saying like get married right now, but like also I need to be taking other things more seriously than just.
Well, your brain is developed. You turn 25. So
exactly. So exactly. And so
plus when you spin the block, it's tough too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, and it's just, I don't know.
It's no longer cool.
It's just not. Yeah, it's just not. Who cares? Like it happened, but yeah, I don't think that's not the lifestyle for me anymore. So
bro, and that's the weird thing. When you start getting older, you start thinking like what the fuck am I doing at the club? Yeah. Like I don't have $1 million yet. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
I know. I'm like, every time I'm like, if I'm in like a rut and then I go out to like the club or whatever, and not even, because we're in Utah, I mean like it's not Miami, Las Vegas. It's not like, there's not these big ballers at the club. Sure, people are buying tables and buying bottles and stuff like that, but a lot of it is a facade.
Yeah.
But also I like look around and it's like, I don't come out as often, but every time I do come out, I see the exact same people.
Bro.
And I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah. And then it just, a little thing flips in my brain and I'm like, all right, I got to lock back into what I'm doing. So I will say like the club is good for that. If you're ever feeling like you're not dialed in, go to the club one night when you're really not feeling like going to the club, and then you just look around and you'll be like, oh shit, I got to get my shit together.
Yeah. Especially motherfuckers are broke and they're spending so much money to get a girl. You're like, come on.
I'm just like, you're spending how much? Like the clubs close at 1 here in Utah. Bro. Last call is at 1. They realistically close at like 1:30. But like you're showing up at 11:30 to spend how much money on a table for 2 hours to look like, who cares?
Yeah, it's really
who cares?
Fucking
The only time I ever have gone to a table is to celebrate something. That's
there you
literally
go.
it.
That's the magic fucking words.
Yeah. If it's celebrating, whether it's a birthday or like an accomplishment or like one of my videos, something like like celebrating something, not just going out to just go out and blow money and do all that stuff. Like if you want to do that, cool, that's on you. But that's just not. Not for me,
bro. I believe in manifesting to the fullest.
Yeah.
So when you go out, like let's say you had a bad day, right? And you go out and you're popping bottles, like you're celebrating having a bad day. Yeah. So what do you think you're gonna get more of?
Another bad day.
Another bad day. Exactly. Yeah. So when just like you, every time I do something cool, then we go. Yeah. Then we pop bottles.
Exactly.
Then we feel good, you know? Yeah. But if you're not, what the fuck am I doing? I need to be locked in.
Yeah, exactly.
On my shit.
And like, that's my thing is I have like little milestones here and there, like things that I want to accomplish, like follower counts, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the big one right now is 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And so that's my thing right now. I was like, I don't really think I want to go to the club until I hit that. Because I took a long break from YouTube, like doing YouTube content. And I just recently, that passion has recently resurged. And so that's my whole thing is like, I don't really want to go, like next time I step in the club, bars are fine, but like next time I step in the club, I'm having my 100K plaque with me. Like that's kind of my thing right now is like, I'm like less than 40,000 subscribers away from it. And so it's pretty attainable goal. Like it's not impossible. And so that's kind of my thing right now is like I'm taking like once I hit that, then I'll go to the club, celebrate that, and then move
keep
on
celebrating good stuff,
yeah.
bro. That's you got to put the energy where you want it to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You drive it.
Absolutely. And it's like I just don't want to be that person that's going to the club every single weekend. Like, it's like I see the same people every single time.
Yeah.
And then every time I see them, I say hi. And they're like, were you here last week? I'm like, no. They're like, I was. And I was like, you probably were. Good on you. But no, I was at home watching Harry Potter and I was in bed by 10:30. Like,
yeah, I've been watching Lord of the Rings.
Fire.
Crazy, bro. Oh my God. Because I was watching Game of Thrones, right?
Fire.
Fucking binge watched the whole thing. And I was so excited. And it was like opening a new world for me. Like I used to drive through a park and I would see motherfuckers like fake fighting, you know, with wood shit.
LARPing.
And is that what it's called?
Yeah,
LARPing?
live action role play.
Okay, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I see Game of Thrones and I'm like, yeah, I low key want to be like, yo, what's up, guys?
Yeah. It's kind of fire.
So then I guess I dove really into it and it's like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
What's his name? Ned was one of the main characters in Lord of the Rings. And you're like, oh, okay, that's why maybe the fan base was so excited to watch that, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of like there's a lot of like Harry Potter characters in Game of Thrones. There's a lot of like what are the other ones? I think there's a lot of Lord of the Ring characters, like actors and stuff like that. There's a lot of like already established franchises that pulled actors and actresses into Game of Thrones, and I think that's what also helped.
What do you think about the finale?
At first, when I first watched it, I actually didn't mind it, which is weird.
Really?
Yeah, because I watched all of Game of Thrones and then the last season came out. So I was watching the last season was the only season that I saw on TV. Like everything else was already back cataloged, everything like that. So I was like, I'd binged through it. So it's not like I processed every little storyline and everything like that. So
it makes sense.
And so like getting to the last season, I didn't realize how rushed things were and everything like that. Rewatched Game of Thrones, like rewatched all of it. Got to the 8th season, I was like, oh, this actually is trash. Like there's a lot of things that should have gone. It should have been a full 10 episodes.
Yes.
Certain things should have gone way different than they did. So yeah, now looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, the 8th season is absolutely trash. Bro. And they rushed that season because the directors were supposed to make a Star Wars Star Wars trilogy or just a movie. I think it was a trilogy. I think they were supposed to make a Star Wars trilogy.
Really?
Yeah. So they rushed that. They were supposed to go work on Star Wars and then they dropped out of the Star Wars project.
Bro, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now I'm more pissed at them, bro.
Yeah.
God.
So they were supposed to do a Star Wars thing. That's why it was kind of rushed. And so, yeah. And I'm pretty sure the actors' NDAs for the season come up next year, I think. And so you'll probably see a lot of the actors that were in the final season talk shit about the final season. So you'll probably see a lot of clips next summer of that. So.
Damn, I didn't know that either. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. No, it's I have a different because I hated it. At first I was like, fuck this shit. What happened, right? Because you want it to go a certain way and you just want a good finale. Yeah. Like just give me a good ending. Yeah. Right?
Like Cersei should have died by Arya. Jon Snow should have killed the Night King.
100%.
Jon Snow or Daenerys shouldn't have gone crazy. Bran shouldn't have ended up king. What else are we missing? I think some of the deaths were fine, but the way they went like Cersei's one of the most evil villains in the entire show, and she dies by rocks falling on her.
That was
brick
stupid.
And rock falling on her.
But especially even what's his name, the prince, the one, crazy motherfucker.
Which one?
The blonde one.
Oh, Jaime? Or no,
the other one.
Joffrey?
No, the king. Yeah, Joffrey. Just, like it pissed me off that it was like, just the fucking you poison him. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like you should have slowly like killed him or something.
Like Ramsay Bolton's death. That was fire.
That was
good because he was so drawn out that he was just doing bad shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I still love Game of Thrones. Absolutely one of my favorite franchises, even with a bad last season. The rest of it is phenomenal. I think it's one of the best acted TV shows, one of the best written TV shows.
It looks so good.
Set pieces are incredible. I think Peter Dinklage is one of the best actors in the world, and his dialogue in that show is just incredible. It's funny because before House of the Dragon came out, the first season, I saw a TikTok that was like, it was a scene of that Peter. It was when he was on trial and he was like falsely accused of killing Joffrey.
Yeah.
And I was like just watching his acting, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, he's so good. I was like, I'm gonna go and watch that episode, and then it turned into like half a rewatch because that happens like halfway through like the third season or like second season.
Yeah.
So I watched that episode, and then I just watched all of it just unintentionally, just because of that one video that I saw. I was like, his acting is so good.
Well, I was mad because I feel like I think it was after season 6 or 7, or like maybe 5, but it was just like he started as this crazy, like beautiful minded guy who was just reading all the time, and all of a sudden, like there was a switch, where it was just a drunken guy who was talking about dicks. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? Like it just fell off, right?
Yeah. No, I feel that, but love Game of Thrones, love all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, no, I was kind of mad because. Okay, one time that she gets mad and then kills everybody and then she's the worst person ever. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. You could have counseled through things.
Yeah.
And you could have become a beautiful couple, you know?
Aunt and nephew, but it's fine. It's Game of Thrones.
I feel like Jon Snow just wanted to be for the streets, bro.
Yeah, he's kind of a dog.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I understand it.
Because he went to the wildlings after, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, there's some wild hoes over there. I want to... Do you think with content creating, bro? Because this shit gets hard.
Yes,
right.
It is not easy. I've told people that this lifestyle is not an easy one because it's so dependent. Like you're in the hands of the algorithm, and your own editing and everything like that. Like there's a lot of variables to go into like going viral or like making it a career or whatever it is, and so. Yeah, I always tell people it's not easy. People are always like, you probably love it. I was like, I do.
Yeah.
But it's the most stressful thing ever. Because if you have a regular 9 to 5, which I do, and I got the regular 9 to 5 because of that breakup. And then also I was so stressed about like financials at the time just because it was so inconsistent that I was like, I just need something to like get me back on a routine, which has been great.
Yes.
But don't want to do it anymore. Very focused on getting out of that. But I've always told people, because people will be like, oh, what do you do? I'll be like, oh, like this is a while ago. And they're like, oh, why'd you stop doing content creation full time? And I was like, you guys don't understand. Like I was in my room 8 hours a day, like whether it's recording, editing, studying, like anything, like it is not, a 9 to 5 is great. And coming from like having experience in both worlds as like recently, like a 9 to 5 is great because one, most of them, you have your hours set. Once you're off the clock, you're off the clock. You're done. Like you can go home, relax, go to the gym, whatever you want. Content creation is literally a 24-hour thing. Like
it don't stop.
It literally does not stop.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, once you get to that point where you can start reaping the benefits and everything like that, those benefits are incredible, but it takes a lot to get to that point, and a lot of people don't have the willpower, the ability to get there, and then they just quit, which is fine. Not everybody's made for it, but yeah, content creation is very stressful. So yeah.
What do you think is the hardest thing of a content creation?
Work-life balance. Work-life balance. That is something that I wish I had been better at in terms of focusing on content more. Because like there was a point where I was like not all of high school, but there was a lot of times in high school where I would be like, I'm not going to this party. Like I'm editing or I'm filming, which I'm glad I did that because whatever high school parties, I didn't really care at the time. It's not one of my regrets ever. But then I started getting into like my earlier 20s and I'm like, I want to go out. Like I want to go out to the bars. I want to go do this. I want to go do like, I just turned 21. Like I'm trying to go do this. So like that content took a little bit of a hit at that time. But I think that, work-life balance is honestly the most difficult part of like any form of content creator, whether it's they're full-time or whether it's like a side hobby, whatever it is that balance between like, I got to get this done before I can do this. But then also like, you got to also enjoy life at the same time. Yeah. So it's like, it's finding that balance. And I think I've actually done a really good job of that in terms of now doing more like real life content versus gaming, because that means I can go out. Yeah. I can get content. I can go out to the bars and I can go interview people while I'm out. 2 birds, 1 stone. Yeah. And so I think that's a but not everybody has that luxury. And like some people, they can't go out and get content. Like their content requires them to be at home or like whatever it is. So like it's just depending. But I think, like I said, the work-life balance is definitely the hardest thing.
Yeah, well, even, you know, you saying you had a 9 to 5, that helps you so much mentally, bro. Because I was an ex-professional soccer player, turned professional when I was 18, and I had never had a job in my life, right? And because of that, I didn't have nothing to run away from. Yeah. Right? So I would think like, you know, I stopped playing soccer and I was like, oh, I just want to be normal. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck does normal mean? You know, like it was just sitting at home. So I went through that and then did music, did good there as well. But then again, it like I didn't have nothing to run away from. And now with this, I hate porta potties, bro. Because I was in the fucking construction. We painted houses and stuff. And I hated fucking porta potties, bro. Like this is the worst thing ever. And every time, like now that I'm doing this, because I make content for people and stuff, and now I make my content, I make their content, and it gets hard because you're like, fuck, there's sometimes I got 10 clients and they're all needed tomorrow. And you're like, holy shit, how? But then I keep remembering the fucking porta potty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not even fucking tired. I'm not even sleepy. Let's get it. Because I don't want to go back to the porta potty.
Exactly. You know? That's how I am. Because I'm on my way out from my job just because I love where I work. I really genuinely love the people I worked with. Like that job like saved me in a sense just because where my head was mentally and like everything like that. And it is a lot of customer service what I do, but it's also a lot of interaction, and that's what helps me with my content my content is very interaction based. Oh, okay. Yeah. And so just being at work and interacting with people like helps me in my content because every day is different. All the interactions are always different. I see different people every single day. And so it's been more of a blessing than like a detriment in my life for sure. But I'm very ready to get out of there and just pursue the passion again. So,
Well, sometimes it really is just the people that keep you going. Exactly. Because if it wasn't for the people, you'd be like, fuck this, I don't want to be here. Like I could never, like at this point, you know, I've only worked with my family. So it was like, I did soccer, then music, and then work with my family. Now I'm doing this. And I never was able to like be with normal people. Like my dad is not going to fire me. You know what I mean? So it was always like, yes, I was a really hard worker, but there was sometimes I'd be like, I don't really need to. And he'd be cool with that because that's my dad, you know? But when you get into the real world, then it really hits you and you're like, fuck, like you can't do such thing. You got to be constantly working and putting in work. And the thing is that you get a certain amount of success, but for some reason, you always see the other side of that. Like you get to that mountain, you're like, damn, that mountain looks nice though. You know what I mean? So you're willing to get down and go to that colorful mountain. You know, so what's next for Jordan? Like if, you know, next 5 years.
Next 5 years, let's see, that puts me at like 32. I'm aging myself in the video. It's fine. Well, content-wise, I want full-time. We're going full-time. Like, hell yeah. I always figure something out. That's my thing is like, I feel like that's my superpower is I always just figure, like something always just happens to figure, like I just figure it out. And so I think I made some promises to people at work. I was like, I'm not going to leave until at like this date minimum, just because there's a lot going on at work. And I was like, I don't want to leave you guys high and dry and everything like that and looking for a replacement. So I promised them that I would stay until basically mid-November. And so I don't know. I just feel like with how things are going, I'll be able to quit that by that time. Ideally, I mean, I'm not planning on anything. I don't know, but being married sounds dope. Oh, that sounds great. Okay, damn. I'm very like with said girl. I'm not like we have to get married right now, but like in my head, I'm like this is technically the second girl that I've ever like been like I could, you know, and so that's somewhere in that 5 years, whether it's 3 years or at that 5 year mark, whatever it is. But I just want to be here in Utah and help build the vibes here more. I want to be doing more like restaurant videos and stuff like that. Just that's what really people really love here. so yeah, I think it's just gonna be more content, and going heavier on the content. And I got people to follow me around with a camera and just vlog and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know which lane I'm gonna go in for sure long term, but I'm just kind of trying everything right now because might as well, and then see what sticks, and then just go from there. But yeah, full-time content is the plan right now.
That's why I love this show, bro, because, you know, I go back 2 years ago, and there's a lot of people that said, oh, I'm going to do this, right? Yeah. Never did shit. So it's like, I love being able to, you're in 4K right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anything you say, you got to go back and be like, God, fuck. You know?
Exactly.
So I love that, you know, you have a good head on your shoulders, and you know what you want, you know, and you know, you soon going to be out of the street.
Yes.
So
yes, I am.
Mike,
honorably discharged.
What do you what type of boyfriend do you think you are?
I think I've been a version of like every type of boyfriend you could be. Like the really like overcaring one, the super nonchalant one, the nice balanced one. Like I've been every form ever. I think now I am very focused on like building, like in terms of like dating with intention. Like I have this, like I was saying when I was talking to my mom, like I am very intentional with who I spend my time with. Like I'm not just going to spend my time with anybody. Like I'm not going to take somebody on a date just to take them on a date. Yeah. Like I am going to take you on a date because I am very interested in you. And but in terms of like what type of boyfriend I am, I think that I've really matured in terms of like taking as like a caretaker role, like provider. But like making sure that we're going on actual dates. Like it's not just, we're not just hanging out at the house or whatever. Like we are going on dates. I'm taking you out. Like I'm showing you off, like that kind of stuff. Like I want to be I'm also super like caring, but also let you do what you're doing. Like I'm not going to spend my entire day trying to text you, trying to like, you know, like I'm not going to do that. Like we're grown. Yeah. But yeah, just a lot more of, like I said, intention, and just putting a lot more focus on who I'm dating rather than how many people I'm dating. Like I'd rather just focus on one. Like I can really only do that. I used to like I'd have different dates throughout the week.
A roster.
Yes, a roster. I used to have a roster. Retired from that a while ago, actually. But like if I'm talking to somebody or like we're going on dates and stuff, like I'm not jumping the gun and assuming that that's the only person that I'm going to date. But like my focus is very much put on just one person at a time. I can't have a roster. It's too much work.
Too much stress, bro.
Too much stress. And yeah, it's not worth it. So,
yeah, bro. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save people out here. You know what I mean? Stop cheating people. Shit, you know?
Hey, I need one of those shirts. I'll wear it out. I'll wear it out and about.
No, I think it's good, bro. What you're doing is so dope because you're finding yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you absolutely. Really, I feel like when you find yourself, you look at every aspect of your life, not just one, you know? And a lot of people make that mistake where it's like, oh, if I just fix this, that's it. It's like, nah, bro, you got to do everything.
Yeah. Yeah, you know? And it's been great because the girl that I am seeing, she, like I said, we had a history, and we've been, you know, hanging out and stuff like that. And she looked at me the other day and goes, "You're a lot different." And I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Is that a good thing?" She's like, "No, very good thing." Like, wow. She's like, "You make sure we're doing something, or like for the most part, like." She's like, "You take me to dinner, like she's like, "You treat me better than anybody's treated me. Like you are." She's like, "This version of you versus like 2-3 years ago, complete difference." Wow. Completely different. She's like, she's like, "I was scared at first, like to rekindle things because she didn't know if I was the same." I was a fuckboy. We'll just say that. if I was that version,
you were a sinner.
Yeah. And so, she's like, you've grown up a lot, and like you are a completely different person. And she's like, I like this version of, like, she's like, I had the biggest crush on the other you, but like this version is a million times better. And I was like, shout out my therapist. Shout out my therapist.
Do you do that?
I haven't gone to therapy in a while because it worked. Like I feel so good about how how things were. And like during my breakup, that's when I was like, I don't know, like I'm spiraling so bad. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I can't, like talking to somebody that has an impartial opinion about the person or the situation, like has no history of the person. That was what I needed. Like I can talk to my mom about things all day, but she also has a little bit of bias towards
100%.
whatever the situation or the concept is, or like like going to somebody outside of family, outside of friends that has no prior knowledge of anybody that you're talking about, I think was absolutely massive to how to navigate that and my feelings and my emotions and everything like that to get back to who I should be. But yeah, I haven't been back to him since March, just because like I've been so like the things that he taught me, I just have taken with me every single day basically, and just super focused on what I do and what I say and who I spend my time with and the energy that I put out and everything like that. And so I haven't felt like a need to go. And I think a lot of people are like, I don't need to go. If you're like, I don't need to go, you probably do.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think just what I learned from him is I use it every single day. And I've just been so like this version of me, I look back where I was like a year ago, I was so like, it's almost October at this point. It's literally October basically at this point.
Yeah.
Last October, I was still such a mess. I was still crying over my breakup that happened 2 months before. Damn. I was just like not social. I was in my room all the time. Like I was just, and then fast forward a year later, like I'm working with the SLC Scoop guys. I've got my Instagram like popping now. TikTok's doing well. Like I'm back on YouTube. Like there's just like I'm a completely different person than I was a year ago.
Bro.
So yeah.
No, that's beautiful to see, bro.
Thank you.
Especially from a man to a man. It's hard when the homies are going through shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I bet your homies were like, what the fuck, Jordan?
Well, yeah, a lot of them didn't even know. I was just saying I was busy. I would just come up with excuses.
But you know the homies know.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I mean, a lot of them were very like, they have their own lives. They've got wives, kids, all that kind of stuff. So like, it's not as much as they know. Like they knew a little bit here and there, but not as much as like, what was going on inside, I was not showing on the outside. They had no idea. But yeah, like I was just, like I said, antisocial. Like this time last year, I didn't want to do anything. And so, yeah, now I want to go do things. I want to go film. I want to go make content. Yeah. Like that's just my mind right now. So,
well, I think, a good woman will do that to you.
Oh, dude. She is so supportive. Man. It's insane. Like,
oh, I love that.
Like I texted her and I said, I'm about to jump on this podcast. I'll text you after. And she's like, have the most, like, just have so much fun. Like, go kill it. And I was like, yeah, because I've had like ex-girlfriends that were not supportive.
Oh, that's
and I'm like,
worst,
this is literally paying the bills. Like, this is how we're paying for dinner. Like, this is how I'm taking you out. Like, how are you not supporting? And it was like, it was worse when I was doing gaming content because their minds are like, he's just playing video. Like the mind is like, he's just playing video games. I was not like, at that time when I was doing gaming content, the only time I was gaming was when I was making content. I wouldn't like casually just game. And my other thing is if I'm dating you and you come over or we hang out, whatever, the only time I'm going to get on and edit or is if it's time sensitive or it needs to be done. Other than that, you're like, when we're hanging out, your attention is mine. Like I'm fully locked in. Yeah. I'm not paying attention to anything else. But like there was one that would get upset when she would come over and I'd be in the middle of like recording a Warzone video or something like that. And she just was not supportive of that at all. And she was also, back to the story that I was saying about, that I like might have moved to LA. We broke up because of that.
Oh, wow.
She was not supportive at all. And I was like, this is literally like a dream. Like I've always wanted to do something like this. Like this opens up so many opportunities. And it wasn't even a for sure thing. And she just couldn't handle it. And so I was like,
bro, that's how I always tell, like, we are they're literal creators, bro.
Yes.
Like we come out of them, right? So it's like, if a good woman got your back, I really believe that nothing is impossible.
Exactly.
Like a good woman, like you can do it by yourself, but there's always going to be hurdles. Like they're always going to be hard. And I've been able to do really cool stuff by myself, but with that woman as your, as your partner, like as your anchor. Yeah, literally. Like there's just like, bro, I right now, right? I work till, probably like 7, even 9 p.m., right? From 8 in the morning, like been doing shit, and I get back and I know she's happy to see me. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, like it's just brings so much good to you.
Absolutely. I think what is it Kanye that said it? It's like one good girl's worth whatever he said. I can't even remember.
1,000 hoes?
Yeah, something like that. Like 100%. Like that is it. Like if as long as she's not crazy, which
they need to have a little bit of it, just to get you on your shit. Listen. Everybody's crazy, male, female, doesn't matter. It's just you got to pick your type of flavor of crazy that you like. But as long as she's spicy. Yeah. Like there's some crazy spicy and there's some spicy that's like, yo, that should hit.
Exactly. Like I like she's a little needy and I kind of like it. Like she's like very like, I want to see you and she's very vocal about like wanting to spend time. And I'm like, this is great because like every other girl that I've dated, I've basically had to guess if they want to hang out.
Oh, that's crazy.
And so I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And so she's very like, I want to spend time with you. I'm like, come on, perfect.
Yeah, I feel like, it needs to be a part of like shit, like, cause I'm like, you need to be a little toxic, just a little bit, just a little, just to get exciting. You know what I mean? I can't have a girl who's just a fucking I don't know, like a babysitter. I don't want that either. Like I want a little toxic. I want a little psycho there, just little sprinkles of things,
just a little some.
Yeah, just a little bit,
Yeah, no, I respect that.
Because if it's a saint, I don't want to sing either.
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah. Even the Mormons are a little crazy,
Brother.
Yeah, that's for another conversation. Part 2, we're going to be talking about that. Nah, but yo, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
shit.
Of course.
This has been a dope conversation. I feel like you got a lot going for you, bro.
Thank you.
Especially in the city, and we see it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's been great. Not everybody loves me here, but I don't care. Like I genuinely don't care. But I'm having fun, and I like what I've built and what I'm continuing to build, and the direction that things are going. I'm just having fun. Like I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun. Building my future, building relationships, connections, everything like that, and it's great, and I'm super excited for the rest of the year, and then going forward as well. There's some people who don't know about the content making, how you make people react, right? Yeah.
So they're like, man, if you hate Utah so much, why don't you leave? Yeah. What do you got to tell those people? What do you got to tell those people?
Bro, I've gotten that comment so many times over the last 4 years. And I'm like, I'm not, it's like Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not fucking leaving. But that's the thing is like you gotta be able to make fun of where you're from.
100%.
Like that's the whole thing. I love Utah. I love it here, but I love making fun of this stuff because it's just there's so much weird shit that happens here that it's just free content to make fun of, and it's just because all the people like so many people that live here, grew up here, can relate to it. Like I'm just shining a light on whatever the topic is. Yeah, exactly. And so, no, those are just, I just love it. I just love making fun of whatever it is. I just love Utah content in general, whatever avenue I decide to take. It's just, but yeah, I've gotten that comment for 4 years.
It's like you gotta be able to make fun of yourself.
Oh,
bro.
Absolutely. That's the thing. Absolutely. Like I'm not, whatever. Like,
I just would hate, bro. I remember I used to be like, man, I wanna be a place where I'm always right. and all this, I was like, no, bro. Even if you're Neil deGrasse, people are gonna be like, nope, you're wrong.
Yeah,
they're gonna have something to say.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, most people don't talk shit in person. That's the other thing too. It's like that's my favorite thing. Is like half the people talking shit, they don't say shit in person. Like it's usually like, oh, I love your videos, and then they'll be like, oh, I commented this one time, and I'm like, oh, what did you say? And then they say some shit. I'm like, you're not holding the same energy, bro. Like
exactly.
You're out here glazing over you meeting me, and you
man
talking
out here
shit.
Glazing on you.
I've had some.
That's crazy.
Pause. No diddy. No baby oil. But yeah, I've had some interesting just interactions in general. But I mean, it's the internet. Who cares? Like I don't really take things. Yeah, I might be one of the most unserious people you will ever meet when it comes to like internet shit ever.
Yeah.
So,
because it's funny, bro. You're literally speaking to a screen.
Oh yeah, I know. I love getting people's reactions on things because they're so passionate in their comments.
Crazy passionate.
And I'm just sitting here watching a movie, laughing at the comments. So I'm like, you are so upset that you put an entire paragraph in my comment section, and then thanks for the engagement.
Literally, bro.
That's another view.
Well, it's interesting because I feel like viewers don't understand how you have to treat different people differently.
Absolutely.
Right? Like when there's a veteran content creator, you're not gonna get to him, bro.
No.
You're not like, he's just gonna be excited that you even took the time to comment. So be like, oh, thank you. That's dope.
Absolutely.
You know?
Like
if you get somebody who barely started, you're gonna get to him.
Oh, you are gonna, if you find somebody that's just like recently blowing up and has never like had that type of engagement in their life, those are the easiest ones to get a reaction out of. Me, you're not gonna get a reaction out of me. You can comment this and I'll like respond and say LOL or like or they'll say something and be like
thumbs up.
I'll just respond and be like, you missed the joke. Like that's literally it. Like I don't care for the most part.
Thank you for, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Literally. Yeah.
Nah, I get that, bro. That's fucking dope. Well, Jordan, thank you, bro.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Part 2 soon.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll run it back. There's so much we could talk about.
Hell yeah, bro. So, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, my guy.
Love you guys. Go to sleep early. Peace out.
Deuces.
That was dope, bro.
Oh, man.
Okay.